So exactly 1,000 days ago, I hopped on YouTube, right in this house, in the basement, with the Boxador boxing bag with Bowie the Boxador boxing the boxing bag, and then it just progressed 1,000 days. This is 1,000 days that I never, just wasn't on my radar at all. Like, what would I be doing if I didn't have the knowledge of, good and evil? I would just be, let's see. Well, for that 1,000 days, I went on a roller coaster ride. I went up and down, up and down. I remember I did a video before. I've lost all desire to. I forgot what the title was, but it was something about the Mustang, because I showed the pictures of before and after, and then I remember doing the work, sanding down the car, spraying it, painting it, creating, like, cutting the fender out and putting an event there that I didn't see any other cars like that, so I did it. And then blending the body kit in so it's one whole piece. And then, I thoroughly enjoyed that kind of stuff. And then I got attached to the YouTube thing with Obama. Obama's the one that did it. Thanks, Obama. I gotta shake your hand when I meet you, because you made me sick beyond belief that interrupting the sports games, sitting there watching the football game and basketball, the Sixers and the Eagles, and you just kept getting in the way. I was so tired of looking at you and hearing your crap. And then it was like, it's kind of like the roller coaster ride. Sometimes it was good. I was flushing out my system, getting the anger out because of the liars. Started out that way, started mocking everybody because I can see that they're lying. I know you guys are lying. But it's that thing where you can't prove it. So that's why Kleck today, he knows that I can't prove anything as to what he's doing. Even when the time comes by, the date, the time, the exact time, the location, the missiles, how many, who's blamed, everything that happens, I still can't prove it. And that's why he thinks, well, he's like, oh, Jesus is coming, and he's gonna expose the whole deception of what everybody's doing. False prophet, click. Yes, that's what Jesus does do. He exposes the secretive plan and the secrets that are hidden behind closed doors. He exposes it and then gives light to the world, because they were in darkness with the lies. And then once that happens, there's people that are on the inside, even working with him and around him, that are seeing the same thing. Well, wait a minute, I don't not feeling too comfortable anymore. It's, but Kleck will go all. That's why he's that last person. I thought Steve was, but now I know better. Kleck's the last person on planet Earth to repent, because what he needs to see is, yeah, your plan is exposed. The deception has been brought forth to the light, and it's like, here, look at this. This is all farce, just like he said it was. All those people that died in the 9/11 that he's responsible for, he's telling you nobody died. He's telling you, I don't believe it. I don't believe any of it. I've been telling you he's the one responsible for it for a while now. And then he hops on and, I can't prove it, but I'm telling you the truth that I know for a fact that it's true. Can't prove it, but it is absolutely dead on 100%. There is no lying on this end. That lion over there that's going to and fro and looking to devour, it's time to shut them up. It's time to shut that lion's mouth. So that's why there's an excitement for shutting down the truth, which is, I mean, how is that good for you? How is that good to shut the truth down on social media at this time? How does that work to your benefit? I could just sit back and just wait, because that's what I'm going to do. Certain things I'm going to do, other things I'm going to sit there and wait. Other things I will leave in God's hands. 90% of the things that I pray for, I actually follow through with it. I actually do it and try to help my cause as to what I'm praying for. Because I do realize this. You literally can speak things into existence. If you believe it, it'll happen. I mean, trust me, or don't. I did say, well, wait a minute. When Kleck's plan is exposed, his head is bruised, right? Isn't that the way it is? When you see that second 9/11, when you see the events happen, you see the explosions, when you finally do see it, there's a damper put on the deception where, well, now, not only is it just only me that doesn't believe it, right? It's everybody else that's watched this channel. And then from that point on, when you tell your family member or friend or neighbor or whatever, and there's proof that it was said beforehand, and then proof that it happened afterwards, like proof production, that's the time where Kleck loses his power. You can't look, miracle signs and wonders in the skies and the world can only be miracle and signs and wonders to those whose names are not written in the book of life, those people that wonder. It goes from not only just me not believing any of it and then finally exposing it and proving it, but it goes from that to everybody who's seen and heard. You now become a believer in the fact that it's all a farce. If you were thinking before, like, man, that's a shame all those people died, well, they got you. They're the ones messing with you, your emotions. I'm the one trying to get you to see that it's fake, so you don't attach emotions to it. Because no matter what anybody does or says, after they're done doing and saying what they said and doing what they're doing, you attach feelings to it. So if there's a shooting that happens, like at the Home Depot right around the corner here at some point in time on 6/11, and they say that I was the one that robbed them and then I blew myself up or something, whatever, me and my wife, then when you hear that and you'll see my picture on TV, like Robin teased, dead thief, died in the streets from the cop trying to run, and then, but you'll know, like if you knew me and you heard that, you're gonna be like, oh my God. Like if you like me, you're like, oh man, that's messed up. Like, wow, man. And then I never get back on YouTube again because they took me in an area where it was like, well, Rob, hey, thanks, you did your job. All right, we got another 3.5 years. We got to teach these people a lesson. We're not gonna kill them. Look, you did your job. You got hard positive up out of here. Thanks, Rob. And then it's like, well, should I volunteer information of what happened, or should I just let it be and let people learn their lessons the hard way? Because that's why Lucifer was sent here, to get your ass to turn back to God so you can straighten up, so you can leave him the hell alone. But once you know it's fake and you hear about my death, on the media with the fake shooting and everything, you're going to know it's not real. You're going to have a different feeling, like, man, damn, he was right. He can't have died. He said it was going to happen. It's got to be fake. Your feelings that are attached to whatever the event is, is it can go complete, like you can be completely feeling like crap, like really, like it's a death, you know? You don't really know me, but you're gonna not hear me on YouTube anymore after I've been on for the past 1,000 days. But either way, if I'm not on YouTube, you're not gonna hear me, so you're gonna have to think, like, what, all right, well then what is this? Was he an agent? Because I know there's people that are gonna think that, not the ones that are surveilling, watching, they already know I'm not, but regular subs that are trying, that, you know, the jury. You guys, you're the jury. That's what you are. God is the judge. You are the jury. I'm the DA and the defense attorney, because I defend myself and I prosecute lying ass clowns. Once I get prosecuted, all the deception goes away. Like that, once everything is finally settled, it's finished, and that's the part where the system, the beast system, the Bearcats, the crisis acting, everything is bruised. It's like getting pounced and beat the hell up in a boxing fight. You just got your ass whooped because you tried to lie to people and attach negative feelings to them to instill fear into your heart. So I come along and I take all of it and I put it all together and I stir it up, and then it's time to let it rise to the top, and then like shave off what's bad and just let it grow like that. That's when my foot, my heel already hurts. Some days, I wake up, my foot's kind of numb because I'm constantly stomping on this serpent's head, just day in and day out, stomping them. I'm tired of doing it too. My foot hurts. I'm tired of it. But once it gets exposed, I can stop stomping on the head, and then it's everybody else's turn. You can stomp them to death. I started it. I put the kink in the armor. I got through. I busted through the veil, the wall, just punching through it. And then once I'm finished making the crack where there's enough space for all the yins to come in, then it's your turn to stomp them down to the ground in one day. Just stomp them down, all of it, stomp it. So, when I told my brother, right? Well, I didn't tell him specifically, but I said out loud. My sister Dawn is my witness. I said, I'm going to get Billy's attention. I'm going to get his attention because of the way he's been talking to my mom. It's not the first time I talked to him about these things, but this time around, I had that sense that this is a moment. My mom is literally in the hospital from basically like a panic attack, but thinking of heart attack because of the pain. And it all comes from the way somebody speaks. If you have to deal with somebody that's, maybe you're that person yourself, you're loud, you just got to talk over people. That builds your blood pressure. It boils it. And it has a tendency of the person that you're next to, it gets them worked up, because that's what I was feeling when I heard him on the phone. My sister had him on speaker. Even when my mom was in the hospital and he was so pissed off, angry, just whatever, flipping out, curse every motherfucker, everything, every word was that way. And he's always been like this, but it's time to stop. I said I was going to get his attention. This is a story that Kleck makes up. All right, this is one of these things where you can't even make this stuff up, because the ones that surveil and watch, they seen me pull him out of a ditch. I didn't know it was I didn't even put two and two together that it was a Sabbath, and I broke the law of God by pulling my brother out of a ditch. I should have left him there, right? Because it was a Sabbath. Like, I don't want to I'm sorry, Bill, I can't. It's Saturday. Yeah, like how ridiculous is that? To like, no, thou shall not do work on the Sabbath. You do. Do you want to know what the real meaning is? That everybody, once and for all, if you haven't already known, thou shall not do work on the Sabbath. Keep it holy. You're not supposed to try to do the works to get into the kingdom of heaven. All these people want to clean the cup on the outside. Like, oh, look at the clean, shiny cup. But on the inside, it's disgusting. You never cleaned it once. But the outside is so shiny until you get up to the top and look in like, what the hell? You can't get yourself into the kingdom of heaven by doing works alone. It's faith. The faith is what creates the works that you want to do. The faith in God, the love of Christ in your heart, it's gonna make you want to do things, which is free will, but God is driving you. It's free will on your end because you've given the steering wheel to God to take control. Therefore, it's your free will as to what happens next. It's free will. Same thing with the Luciferians. When you guys are 100% angry, nonstop, pissed off at whatever, and you think you're like a big macho man because you walk around pissed off, and you can put fear into other people's hearts who isn't pissed off, that don't walk around angry, and isn't weak-minded like you because you can't control your anger. That's the part where the Luciferians need to settle down and put an ixnay on the angry A that you keep feeling inside of your heart. It's not cool to walk around tough guy. Just because you know that you're angry and you know that this kind-hearted person over here will kind of put their tail between their legs when you start getting loud with them, and then they start getting anxiety. Well, you're the same person. You're the same spirit that was dwelling inside of my brother that's causing my mom to have physical pain in her heart, in her chest. Yeah, you got power. Of course, yeah, you can create that. You can create panic. You can create fear. You're really just... Great job. Now it's time to create a little bit of love, a little bit of patience. You know, I've taken a page from your book. I've used some of that Luciferian tactic, not to hurt anybody whatsoever, but to just lay down the law and to just stomp it to the ground and keep it there. I don't walk around pissed off and just disrespecting people and trying to put fear in people's hearts and lying to people. You guys got to stop. So when I said I was going to get my brother's attention, well, I knew for some reason I was going to get his attention. And then 15 minutes later, the tree decided to fall over. It probably was exactly 15 minutes later when my brother was talking to my sister on the phone, and then she put me on the phone, and he didn't want to ask me for help. It's the same thing. It's like people don't want to go and humble themselves. They don't want to go to God and pray to them because they're too prideful. When something finally breaks you down, that's when you're finally going to do it. So to the Luciferians that are on Kleck's side, that are assigned to me, and you think that this is all going to happen exactly the way it is, you think it is because man has promised you everything, well, guess what I'm going to do? I am going to get your attention. Go ahead. Thumb it. Guy, just do it all day long. Because I control your thumbs too. I control your fingers. I control your emotions. And I'm doing it because it's necessary. When my brother told me that he was in a ditch 15 minutes after I said I was going to get his attention. I didn't pray to God and ask him for him to get my brother's attention. I said, I am going to get my brother's attention. When he told me that he passed out, He threw up all over himself. And then he winds up being stuck in a ditch, backwards, on an angle like this. Not getting out. There's no way he can get out. When I told him I don't want to help you at all, it's like asking, what's that story about the guy, was it Lazarus or was it somebody like, please give me just give me some water to touch my tongue. Can you tell my family and brothers and everything about, it's like, what's the point? This is on you. They're not going to listen. You weren't listening either until you're stuck in a ditch. So now that my brother's stuck in a ditch on a Sabbath, man, he needed my help, right? Because he finally asked me. He asked me to get him out. And on top of that, I even needed to go to Pet Boys and buy a damn tow rope to yank him out. And then I needed to put it on the back of I needed to put it on my truck and then pull him out. I didn't know if I was going to pull him out or not. I mean, I know I was, but I knew I was going to attempt. I just didn't know how bad he was stuck in a ditch. Because I know it's like, I'm in a ditch. It's like, they always try to make it seem like it ain't that big of a deal, when it truly is a really big deal. So as I told him, I don't want to help you at all because of the way you talk to our mom like that. It's, you got to stop. And then he apologized for it. And, he was tearing up. I can hear it in his voice. And he's a prideful person. So, and I know it's not fake. And that's what I appreciate. So I made him promise me that he's going to stop doing it. And I know he's not going to stop completely. But every single time his voice gets loud, he's going to remember that ditch. If he starts yelling at my mom and getting loud again, which he will, but he's going to think about it. And he's going to apologize to God inside of his soul. With not out loud, just, he's going to. He has no choice. It's not, I mean, he does have a choice. It is free will. But what I'm saying is that desire to fight it off, he's going to start doing it. Because I even tested him in the truck. I'm like, because he started, me and my sister talking, and he started getting louder. I'm like, Bill, there it is right there. Stop. You want to know what triggers your anger? There you go. We were just talking about something that you didn't agree with, and you started to get louder because you don't agree with it. Pride. Put it aside, man. Stop. You don't have to feel like you need to be right with everything. If you're not right, if you don't agree with people, why do you get so angry at it? This is what the Luciferians have a problem with. You guys get so angry with people when they have a different opinion. Even if it's wrong or right. Like even when I set dates, and you guys know the ones that are inside, you know nothing's going to happen. But you get you pissed off because of set dates. I'm not the one on the inside lying to people from the outside. I'm from the outside, digging my way inside because you guys didn't invite me to the party. So I'm going to invite myself, and I'm going to punch through your wall, and then I'm going to get your damn attention. I'm not going to pray to God, can you please have some way, somehow, can you just allow me to get the Luciferians' attention so I can turn them back to you? I'll do it myself. God has already given me this platform. He's already answered my prayers without me even knowing that I was praying for this. I prayed to get the attention. My videos needed to get the attention to the person, to the top person. Steve, you remember this video, the Texas FEMA, Walmart, FEMA Mart, whatever, back in the beginning when I first started. It was like, I got like 100,000 views. The first video that skyrocketed because it was about some flood over in Texas. And I said in that video, if you don't like what I'm saying to you, then take it to the higher up. And if you don't like what I'm saying to you, Mr. Higher Up, take it to the highest boss imaginable on planet Earth to get this message to them. At that exact time, that's exactly what happened because I asked for it. Because I wanted it in my heart. God already laid down the foundation because he created YouTube along with everything else on planet Earth. So I'm using what he gave me already. And I got my brother's attention. So now, as I pulled him out of a ditch, and his life has always been cursed. He's the kind of person that everything he touches, it breaks. I give him something, a tool, it's like, I don't know, man. I get it back, guess what? It doesn't work. It's like non-stop. It's like amazing to me how somebody can be so cursed with what they touch. But to me, it was a turning point, because that's my brother, the one that, man, the things that I say that are going to happen, like the things in the sky and the events and the second 9/11 and knowing the time and the place and everything, he's like, no way. Hey, you just, some of the things you say, right, just so ridiculous. That's my brother. Like I need help or something with what I'm saying. Like he thought he was bad. Well, when it all comes true, that ditch moment is perfect, because that's the part that is the turning point in his life. Just like when I went to jail back in October 28th of 2004, 3 days later, once I woke up from my self-induced coma, talking to my son on the phone, he was just waiting for me to come home, because he had cookies, and he's 2.5 years old, a 2.5-year-old voice, looking for their dad to come home. Turning point in my life. It didn't all happen all at once, and I understand that. But my mom needs to understand that it's not going to change overnight, but he will be very consciously aware of his voice getting loud. So a soft, kind voice answer turns away wrath. Even if you're irritated on the inside, stay calm, and then you won't feed. It's like, yeah, but I'm angry, I have to act on it. No, Luciferian, you don't. Only a Luciferian will act on any flesh feeling that they have without denying it. That's the only difference between there's so many hypocrite Christians, but people that truly do follow Christ, the teachings, and Luciferians that don't. The only difference is you guys don't deny your flesh. We all have the same thoughts. We all think fast-paced. Our thoughts never stop. It's just those injected thoughts from Satan are the ones that you guys act on, and you don't deny it. You don't deny it, and you don't deny your flesh. You're not denying anything. You're being truthful about that. I appreciate the truth, but you're not denying your flesh at all. When you finally start doing that, it actually feels good to deny your constant flesh that's just needy. It's always needing something. Always. So now that happened, and I'm going to see him today, because I'm heading up to Reading, my sister's house, and I'm going to start working on the Mustang, because I have a desire to do things again, because I see that there is a future. It's just, there's a rough road, rough patch between here and the end. We have it. It isn't the same as the former or the latter just yet, because it's still the former, and the latter hasn't happened yet. So there's a rough patch we got to go through. But I see it. In the meantime, I'm putting this car back together, and that way my son has something to go back and forth to work with. And on top of that, it's a pretty damn cool car for an 18-year-old, 17-year-old. And man, if I had that car going to school, I never went to high school, but if I did, yeah, I would probably think I was pretty cool. But, you know, it has a nice little system in there, the sound system. It sounds, it's a husky sound. It got the 2.5-inch Flowmasters, the Cadillac converters are gutted, and it has the headers, the what is it? Is shorty headers? I think maybe it's the long headers. I forget. But it has a nice solid that tin can type of hollow growl to it. I love that sound. It's not a stick shift, but so be it, whatever. So I'm going to go and put that back together. And I'm just going to go about my life, my business. I know things are going to jump off. In the meantime, whatever. I got that desire back again, because I do see a future. And I see through it now. There was a point where it was a dead end. I couldn't see past it. I thought there was no hope. I thought we were all going to die. I literally did before I got on YouTube. Now I know we're not. Now I know the only thing dying is the world's spirit of Satan that's influencing everybody. Because as soon as they finally get to be humbled, you're done. So I'm going to get all of your attention. Every Luciferian that has a problem with this Robin Hood's channel and the things that I say, mark my words, I'm going to get your attention. The ones that haven't been humbled yet, your knee is going to bow down and your tongue's going to confess. Out of free will, you are free willingly going to do that. You are not going to get me to bow down and worship your feet, Jonathan Vargo Kleck. Doesn't matter what you do to me, you will not get me to ever worship you. None of yous. There's some disgusting people out there that have some pretty disgusting thoughts. They can't wait to round me up, right? Luciferian 100%. You guys, I'm going to get your attention. It's going to happen. I'm not even going to pray to God about it. I'm just going to do it.